Yes, father confirm. It's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of them and the fryer of plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Gidigbo champion. First Igbo governor of Lagos State. Baba say yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, father confirm. Yes, father confirm. I want to welcome you once again to another episode of the Africa Today show. With your third Foxy P in the building. Yes, father. Yes, father. Ginger is so internal. The reason I'm coming from you in Mufti, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is because I'm out here chilling in the beautiful side of Miami. That's right, it's true. Your boy decided to vacate. I had a small corporate gig on Tuesday, and I was like, you know what? Because of that snow that's falling real heavy on the East Coast, let me just chillax and relax, and let me not do like I need to go somewhere else to expand, confirm. Let me just chill out here and just get the cool breeze that Chineke Nananeli, where the good Lord Almighty has put on earth for us to enjoy. And I said, why not? Can I not enjoy the ginger? Confirm. I want to appreciate every single person that's out here right now watching this show. You guys are absolutely amazing. Today I was thinking I was going to do one of those my episodes. You know, whenever I travel, I like to give you a reason why you yourself has to go out there. Use your passport. Let them stamp it in a foreign nation. Confirm. Go to one of the islands. Go and ginger yourself. Go and relax. Even if you are just staying local, you're a Lagos boy, play and go to Ife and go and see what's happening there. Who knows whether you can just go to Benin and just go and spend money real nice. If you are living right there in Canada, doing things in Toronto, what will happen if you decide to go to Vancouver to can collect some fresh air? Confirm. I said, no, Foxy P, it would be a good idea to talk about prosperity yarnings. It would be a good idea to talk about relaxation yarnings. But something else happened this past week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. For some reason, I opened my email address to you guys and said, email me africancomedians@gmail.com, and very many of you have been contacting me for all the different things that are going on in your life. Some people have relationship issues, some people have issues with their parents, but more often than not, I'm getting a lot of emails from young men and women who are in school, and they're asking me questions while they're in college. I recently had somebody that reached out to me. I'm going to give her a code name. Let me just say it's Bukola. Who knows? That might even be her real name. Confirm. She said, Foxy P, I'm in this major right now. I'm studying this thing, but I'm thinking about transferring and all that kind of stuff. So I want to get some kind of feedback from you to see when I'm moving in the right direction. I say, no, you did right. You did right. So you mean that the major I chose is right? I say, no, it's not right. But you did right by confirming me. Confirm. You contacted me, so I have to go in on a major level. So I call her phone number and I call her on the phone, and we discuss a good 30 minutes conversation. She got a lot of it out of it. I got a lot out of it. So I said, let me help you people, because I know there's some people that are going to be watching this right now. I know there's going to be some people that are watching it that have already graduated from school. You're already working. Whether you know it or not, this information might even help you confirm. Now, advanced degree is a beautiful thing. When I say advanced degree, I'm talking about just the fact that you're going to university. You just finished secondary school. That's not the end of the world. They've already put it out there that people that finish high school are more likely to die younger. They are more likely to die of depression. They are less likely to be very successful. They've put the math out there. I believe that over your lifetime, if you go to a university, you start to make at least $2 to $5 million in your entire lifetime than someone that only went to secondary school. Confirm. So this is very, very important. Also, I believe it's a slap on the face to our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, for you as a human being that was born in the 21st century to not decide to advance yourself and move forward in your education. Confirm. The time of planting corn and raising yam has passed. Now is the time for you to collect that knowledge and move forward and decide what you want to do and how you want to move. I'm not saying that farming is a terrible thing, but the time that you just have a small farm in your backyard where you can't give birth to 16 children because you want more people to be helping you to farm, those days are gone. That's our grandparents' time. Now we get the education that we need in order to succeed in this civilized world. I'm going to give you this information from an American perspective, from a Western world perspective, bearing in mind that at least 50% of people that watch this show are either in the US or Canada. The remaining 30% are actually there in the UK. 20% is spread out between Nigeria, Senegal. We have some people that are hitting us from the islands. We have some Ukrainians and other people out there in the middle of the world. Confirm. We appreciate when I die. But I'm going to give you this information. And if you're smart, if you're educated, if you are very, very insightful, knowing fully well that this is by far the most educated, the most intelligent group of people that watch this show, you will be able to glean the information that you need that can help you in your own specific situation. Confirm. Can I proceed? Yes, indeed. The first question you have to ask yourself when you're trying to decide what I go to study in school is why? Why did I choose this major? Why did I choose this thing to study? Ask yourself that question. Why is it that this thing has been inside of me? If you're someone like me that from a very, very young age, I always believed that I was going to be a doctor. Maybe because at the age of 3, one of the first nice toys that my parents got me is stethoscope from Leventis I'm using to now be putting on the chest of our dog. You'll be like, woof, woof. I say, yes, that's true. The dog is alive. Confirm. Maybe from that young age, you already decided you want to be a doctor. Or maybe you like to argue too much and your father just look at you and say, hey, this speaking, you and this your argument. One day, you will be a baby barrister. Confirm. Who knows? Nobody knows. But ask yourself, first of all, why do I want to do this job? Why do I want to go into this career field? Because anything you're studying in school has to tie into what you want to do in the future. You have to ask yourself, am I willing and able to dedicate 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years of my life working in this field? If that's not the answer to your question, if you're looking at it like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, then don't study that. Take a step back and look and tell yourself, what do I want to do with my life going forward? Because this life is only one. Unless you believe in all this reincarnation, not even in Nigerian reincarnation where they believe that they can come back as a pekin, but maybe you believe in the Indian reincarnation where they believe you can come back as frog to just be eating insect. Maybe that's where you're going. But if you believe that this your life is only one time to live, you have to take the step back and look and assess the situation and say, you know what, I want to study this because I want to do this going forward. So if you've now come to that conclusion that this is what I want to do in the future, who have you asked? Do you have anybody who's mentoring you on a regular basis? Do you have anybody that you've spoken to who works in that field, who can tell you what is their day to day? I have one of my very, very good friends who said from a young age wants to work in Wall Street. I say, why do you want to work in Wall Street? He said the money is plenty. I said, that's good. That's good. Have you talked to anybody that work in Wall Street? He said, I gave him a number of somebody. He called the person. They talk on the phone. After the conversation, 2 weeks later, I said, no, that Wall Street will not work for me. I said, what's the problem? He said, this guy is making over $150,000 to $200,000 a year. But to take time off from work is wahala. He's every single day is at the office from 6 in the morning till 7 to 8 to 9 p.m. And when he goes home, he has to now get on his laptop because why? The people in China, the people in Japan, their own Wall Street has opened. So he has to see how the Asian stocks are doing. So he doesn't even sleep till 2. He will sleep from 2 to 5. I said, damn. When will he have time for his family? He said the guy doesn't have any time for his family. That's why he has divorced 2 times. This is a young boy that's 35 years old. 35 years old and you've divorced twice. You already know something is missing from your interaction. So any career you're choosing, talk to somebody in that field. Let them give you the information that you can use to ginger the knowledge you're going through. And let me tell you this real quick. If you're one of those people, you know we Africans, it happens all the time, where the family will look at everybody and your father will be like, I have 4 children and I've always decided that, you know what, I would like to have one pekin that's a doctor, one that's a lawyer, one that's an engineer, one person in military. So the other 3 of your senior ones, they've already chose doctor, lawyer, engineer. You're the last one, so you're going to go and join the army. Let me tell you something. We're going to be very, very fortunate if our parents live 20, 30, 40 years from now. But the odds are that you will be stuck in that career when your father or your mother die. So why will you now decide to move forward in a career that your parents have chosen for you, knowing fully well that they not help you in office? They might help you get that job to enter inside that career, but they will not be there day to day dealing with the situation. And you know, depression is a very strong thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you look at most people who are unhappy in their workplace, it is because they are in the wrong career for them. So you yourself, you are very, very fortunate. You're on the outside looking, and this is the time for you to make the right decision based on you yourself and what you want to accomplish. Confirm. You have to look at your career and think, do I need an advanced degree to enter this career? Because if you think about it now, you cannot just be a doctor by doing only 4 years in university. Confirm. There are certain things that you need to accomplish. There are more things you have to do. You have to go to extra school. The same thing with lawyer. You cannot just come out and just like, oh, I'm a lawyer after those 4 years in school. You have to go to school. You have to go to law school. You have to do all kinds of things. You have to do your project and everything else. You want to be a scientist. You have to go to advanced school. So you have to look into yourself. A lot of people, book is not your way. You do not have the ginger inside of you. I'm not saying that God did you bad when they gave you half a brain, but the fact is that your head is not complete. If you had a problem in common entrance, if you could barely get out of middle school, there is no reason for you to pick a career that will now lead you to go and do master or PhD. Why? Because you will fail. You will fail so bad in a way that you yourself will not understand. Then all of a sudden you're stuck with all these student loans and you'll be like, damn, I should have just focused on the fact that I like to cook. Because chefing is a good thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And that goes into my next point. Does your career need you to be in a specific region of the world? If you want to be a ski instructor, you cannot live in Lagos, confirm. Because there is no snow. Unless all the demons in your village are just sending snow inside your brain, confirm. That means you're a crazy person. That means you need to go to Yaba left, not to go ski instructor, confirm. So you have to think for yourself. There's certain careers that are irrespective of where you live. Healthcare is one of them. People always will be sick and confirmed. So they're always going to need doctor and lawyer. Teacher is always going to be required. Even if deep inside the village, confirmed, they will need that. There's certain career. Chef, people that are cooking food is always going to be required, regardless of how you're looking at it. Financial analysts, in a way, you might need to be in a city, but you need to have those people to help people plan their business, confirm. So you have to think about that and know, is this my career require me to be in a place? Take for instance somebody that's living out there in the middle of Europe, confirm. Maybe you are living in a country that has no oil. There is no way in hell you can get a job there as an engineer that's dealing in all this petroleum, confirm. So you have to think about that. And that you have to focus. Do you have time off in your job? Because think about it, some careers that they can never take time off. Doctor, they can never take time off. Nurse, it's very, very difficult for them to find the time to even take and enjoy with their family. Are you going to be on call all the time? Military, that's babomba. That's one of the reasons why when Oluwa Kaponeski, that's Capone, Mama Toby, when he was part of African Comedians, for 3 straight years, we couldn't book him on any gig because he was owned. Part and participle, his whole entity was owned by the military government, confirmed. So he could not go anywhere. Anywhere he's going, he has to tell them that look, and they have to sign him time off. And what do they give him vacation? 3 days, 4 days, that's it. Anywhere he is, and they can still call him. So he can be on stage telling jokes, just say brr, brr, while we're doing war right now, you have to come and fight, confirmed. So think about that. What is your time limitation? What do you think is important to you? What about money? Is money important to you? I'll tell you right now. A lot of the times people pick careers that on the outside looking in, be like, wow, that's going to give me a lot of satisfaction. But money is also an important thing. If you're going to school now, studying sociology, studying history, studying things that are leading you into a job where you're probably going to be teaching or you're going to be working for the government as a social worker, the fact is this, you're not going to make that much money. So how important is money to you? Are you one of those people that, you know what, you don't need too much to survive? You just have one small bag and one small TV and you just like to be playing game on your phone, knowing fully well that you need Wi-Fi because you cannot afford a big cell phone bill, confirmed. Or are you somebody that need largesse? You need to have a big car, big house. Know what you need. Don't be afraid to be greedy because it's your own life. Who knows? Maybe you're a greedy person naturally. So why would you not put yourself in a career where you will not be earning enough to take care of yourself? Sufferhead is going to kill you. Envy is going to kill you. You're going to be one of those people that cannot go to somebody's baby shower because envy is just in your eye. You'll be like, dang, this guy just hating on me because I have this beautiful baby that I'm pushing around in the $2,000 prime. Confirm. So you have to think about it and know what works for you. Do you want to work for somebody else or yourself? What do you want to do with your career path? Are you in a job where you need to work for somebody else? Military, you have to work for somebody else. Whether you are a banker, you might have to work for somebody else. You have to think, are you going to be in the arts where you be painting, you be drawing, you be doing comedy like me? Confirm. These are things that you have to decide for yourself to be able to move forward in your career path. Do you really need a degree for this job that you want? I know our parents will never allow us to go in a career that doesn't need a degree, but you have to think, if you like to work with car, you want to be a technician, a mechanic, you can give yourself a name. I'm a mechanical engineer. You're dealing with the mechanics of how motor move. You want to be a vulcanizer. What do you want to do with your life? Another important thing, especially for those of us that are already working, you have to know this new career I want to get into, because a lot of us will be looking at law school. Oh wow, I want to get out of work now, go and go to law school, do this, do that. Why are you going there? Is it just to have the name that I'm a lawyer? You have to think within yourself and be like, you know what, am I going to be able to succeed in this next life? Before you leave the job that you're doing right now to move forward, there's nothing wrong with you having a side hustle, something that you enjoy doing while you're doing a job that you may not enjoy as much. The question for you guys that are watching this thing today, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very simple. I want you to write down under this comment section. Tell me what you studied in school or what you're studying now and which job you're doing right now. Let's see the comparison, because I believe that over 30% of people don't work in what they studied. I studied electrical engineering in my undergrad, and grad school I went for computer security. And now I'm doing comedy and I'm doing computer security. But bear in mind, a lot of people are doing things that are unrelated. My father studied chemistry in school, and now retired as a banking executive doing finance and all that kind of stuff. So you have to understand, especially people in Nigeria, that's a different thing altogether. Everybody's working in bank regardless of what they study. So you have to know what works for you. Our country of interest today, ladies and gentlemen, is Angola. Shout out to Olaoluwa. Did a great job researching this country. I find it very interesting. On their flag, they have machete, cutlass, because they were fighting war against the Portuguese. They were colonized by the Portuguese for over 450 years. I was like, damn, see, suffer, hey, confirm. They say that this country is the one that supplies, they overtook Saudi Arabia as almost the highest supplier of oil to China. So them and China, they have partnership that's going on. Before, they used to be on that communist parole, so they were hanging out USSR, but things have changed since then. They say the country, they say inside there, they have a city there that's very, very expensive. They say it's easy for you to spend $10,000 to $15,000 a month on rent for your house. So it's one of the most expensive places to live from the expatriate perspective. I thought it was absolutely amazing. The fact that they speak Portuguese, which I didn't even know. I'd known that they speak Portuguese. I know Mozambique speaks Portuguese, but Angola also speak Portuguese too. So this is an amazing country that's out there doing their thing real heavy, speaking their Portuguese language. You know, beautiful, beautiful women, beautiful babies. Oh my God. Lovely. And I thought it was very, very exciting. So Laolua, thank you very much for that research. He did an amazing research. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go, not because I don't want to be with you, but because I'm going there to go and drink some something. Because this sun that's shining outside, I have to enjoy it. And as we always stop whenever we end this show, anything we no dine and vote on, and when in doubt, remember the ginger is a banner. Confirm.